Now today I'm going to show you my top 5 new fidget knives that have both a flipper and thumb studs, or a thumb hole, but I'll also get into what I like, even what I don't about each knife. And of course, links to buy, prices, and any coupon codes, all that stuff. I'll put that down in the description for you. All right, let's go ahead and get things started with number 5. How about from Kuby? This is the Drake 3. I went ahead and picked up the one with the digital camo G10 handle, but it's also available in black G10 for a couple bucks less. And man, do I just love this super vibrant camo pattern on these G10 scales here. And right below is the Artisan Cutlery Small Tradition, which, it has a similar camo pattern. But as you can see, it looks like it was left out in the sun or, bleached, whatever. No, it came out of the box just like this. So yeah, clearly the Kuby one, way better. We get this good looking 3.46 inch sandblasted S30V blade that is in fact riding on a ceramic ball bearing pivot. So of course, the action in both directions. Oh yeah, it is. That's top shelf, using either the flipper tab or you can go ahead and use the thumb hole. And yes, very Spidey flickable. They went with the nested liners, which I think is far better choice. Anytime that you have a liner lock, because usually what that does, it keeps the handle down to a very reasonable thickness. I like that they paid attention to the flipper size. That's very important, with this type of blade shape. So, most of that edge is going to go ahead and make contact when you're cutting on a flat surface. I really appreciate what they did with this pocket clip. It's low profile, titanium, and it is, it's a fairly deep ride, but that is going to take us into the dislikes because, yeah, it's only one position clip, and I just think for this amount of money, they might just try to love the lefties a little bit more. But my only other issue is going to be with this forward finger choil. It's too small, and it's frustrating because the rest of the design is so well thought out. If this is your first time here, hey, thanks for stopping by. My name is Jay. Go ahead and consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Number 4, I got a new one from Shieldon. This is the Barra Scooter. I'll be sure to show you the spelling. Now, those of you with big hands that are looking for something just a little bit larger to carry, you really might want to check this one out. It's a 3.74 inch reverse Tonto D2 blade. And this version does have that gray titanium finish. Now it does have, there's 2 opening options using either the flipper tab, or you can go ahead and use that thumb hole. And yes, very easy to Spidey flick. Now the blade, since it's riding on a ball bearing pivot, check this out. Oh yeah, that action is really, really good. I was so surprised to see that, it not only does it have a stainless steel frame lock, but look at this. If you look closer, yeah, it also has that over travel stop. It has a closed back construction, which, I actually like that because it protects the edge, when this is sitting in a drawer, when you're not using it with the rest of your collection. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Sorry, if I can get my right hand to cooperate here. But, when it's laying flat in a drawer, sometimes one knife it'll have the tendency to go inside from, the spine of the handle, and it could nick up that blade edge, which is why I like the closed back. Just like all the Kubys that are on this list, the body screws and even the pivot, those are all T8s. Oh man, you know what? I almost forgot about this little pouch that they include with every knife. Now it is going to be just that hook and loop closure, but check this out. Yeah, I am currently using mine to carry my Leatherman Surge. I only have two minor issues that are, that are worth mentioning. The first one, yeah, that pocket clip. It's just one position, and that is going to be kind of a shallow ride. Those inserts, they don't really fit. They don't really fit the best here. There's definitely there's a couple gaps that are going on. But hey, you know what? If that is the worst of it, we're not in too bad a shape. In the 3 spot I got from CRJoria, this is the CRJoria. This, of course, is going to be that red micarta version, but there's another one in black G10. That one's going to cost you just a couple bucks less. There's a lot I like about this design. It kind of, it kind of reminds me of a feldspar with a flipper tab, or at least, that's what I really want it to be. It has such a good looking drop point blade that is made out of their proprietary steel, that AR RPM 9, which, that's decent enough edge retention. This, I'll tell you right now, it's an excellent slicer because of that. Check out that blade stock thickness. Yeah, that's only 2.7 millimeters. Now, the opening action is just, and it's great using either the flipper tab, or you can see the thumb studs. Now, I'm unable to consistently fail the deployment. I can only do it every once in a while. See, and I'm having trouble now. Oh, I can't. And well, there it is. And that's going to be usually the sign of a well-tuned detent. But closing the knife, equally as satisfying. Watch this. That forward finger choil is just about the perfect size. So, most people, I have medium-sized hands, so most of you should be able to use it. Now, these liners, yeah, you can see they're nested, which is why the handle thickness, 0.43 inches. Now, there's a couple things that I don't like here. Now, we do get, it's a 2-position titanium pocket clip with the internal screws, which, yeah, that's a really nice feature, but, is it really necessary here? If this was a higher end knife with, I don't know, an M390 blade, sure, I would expect it to have, a fancy clip like this. I would just rather maybe that they used a standard stamped steel pocket clip and brought the price down a little bit. And yes, number 2, it's another Kuby. I got the KU 901. Now here's a knife that I knew I would like as soon as I laid my eyes on it, but it's it's missing something that's, well, it's kind of obvious to me, in which I'll show you in a minute, but it's a feature that has me, kind of shaking my clenched fist up at the sky and letting out a big no. So it seems like whenever Kuby makes a new design, they release the standard version first, the one like this with the uncoated blade and the black G10 scales. And, if this one sells, then we start to see the ones with the black wash blade, which, yeah, if I owned a knife company, I would probably do the same exact thing. Man, am I a big fan of this 3.27 inch D2 blade that slices really well with about average thickness, about a little over 3 millimeters. I think it's 3.09. The opening action is good. I mean, even though, I can fail it consistently, yeah, pretty much whenever I want with the flipper tab. Now, but the thumb stud deployment, that has a little more life in it. So that blade, yeah, it doesn't take, you don't have to push very hard on the thumb studs. Oh yeah, and that thing just like flies open. But the thumb studs, when it's closed, notice how the thumb studs, they're a good distance away from the handle on both sides. And so that's going to make them really easy to get at for righties or lefties. But on the close, oh yeah, the action. Yeah, that action's great. I mean, it drops shut with, you saw just a few really quick shakes. So glad to see that this 2-position deep carry pocket clip, you know what, I guess this is the standard one that they've been using, isn't it? Man, do I wish it had a usable forward finger choil to choke up on, especially since, look at this. So you see where the thumb studs, you can see if you go straight down, yeah, those are going to be directly in the cutting path, you know, the way where they're positioned. So why not just extend out this sharpening choil a little bit more? You got the room, and turn it in to a full-blown finger choil. Now, before I go and show you my number one, I'd love to know, what are some of your favorite fidget knives that have both deployment options? Just put it down in the comments. All right, you ready to see it? At number one, I got from Real Steel. That's the Rocket. All right, now get this, okay? So the spelling, the name of this knife, Rocket, I'll put it up there for you, the R-O-K-O-T. What that is, that's actually the name for a Russian launch vehicle. So, and you're probably wondering, Jay, what the heck is a Russian launch vehicle? Well, okay, hear me out. It's basically, it's a vehicle that they roll out, and it launches Russian rockets. Lots of stuff I like about this one. Well, at first, it's definitely a full-size knife with that's a 3.7-inch N690 blade. Yeah, I was kind of expecting to see, I don't know, some kind of Sandvik. And, you know, so there's more than enough room on the handle for most hand sizes. So you can see with my medium-sized hand, I'm good with holding it. Now, there's 3 opening options. First one, yes, front flipper. Check. Ooh, that was actually kind of easy to do. Second one is going to be thumb studs. Check. Very, ooh, actually I like that even more. Third one, fuller. Yes, trying to show you it's on both sides, which you can absolutely, oh, I'm so glad that worked. Spidey flick open. And that closing action, oh, watch this. Look at this, barely a shake. That is insanely good. Now the thumb studs, they have like a secondary function. Check this out. Yeah, they actually also serve as a blade stop. Now here's something that you just don't see every day. Check out, so can you see? Bring in close. Yeah, the body screws. So right there. And the pivot. Yeah, they can all be adjusted with simply using a flathead screwdriver. The pocket clip, it has a, yeah, it's like one of those super deep fold over designs that does actually give us, I'm trying to show you that slot right there on the other side. Yeah, that actually does give us some lefty love, so it can totally be switched to the other side. Up on the screen is my previous video that I made about this very same topic. The difference, that was a top 10 list, and I did it way at the beginning of the year in January. So if you want to see how much things have changed since then, go ahead and check out that video. If you like this video, hey, would you just let me know by giving it a thumbs up? I gotta run. Thank you so much. Take care.